FightNGear. Today we're going to hit the range for a little bit of 380 testing. We're going to have 4 popular models. I'm going to have the Taurus TCP, the Ruger LCP with laser, the Kahr I believe it's the PM, maybe P380, and then the Smith&Wesson Bodyguard. I'm going to test all of those. Good news, I finally got the laser back on my Bodyguard. It appears to work fine. However, I don't have it in yet, so today I'm just going to be doing a shooting review on the 380 itself compared to the other ones, feed, accuracy, things like that. We'll see kind of how they stack up. I'm kind of excited about today. 4 380s to test. Also, I got in a new XDM compact. I'll probably be testing it the next week or so. There's a lot of reviews on the internet about it, so it's not really that critical. But anyway, I'll see you soon out at the range. We'll get this all fired up. We're out at the range. As you can see, we've got several different guns. I can't hardly see my video screen, so I'm going to assume you can see them. I've got the Kahr. This is the P380. It's kind of the Cadillac of the bunch. It's definitely the best looking of the guns and also the most expensive. On the cheap end, got the Taurus TCP 380. I've found it to be a phenomenal gun. Not a lot of money. Pretty reliable, pretty accurate. Not much in the way of sights. It gives you kind of a poor sight picture. That's the one knock I got on this gun. I've got my Smith&Wesson Bodyguard. Great gun, crap laser. I do have a replacement laser for it. I just haven't got it in yet. But anyway, we'll shoot it today. It's kind of the mid-price on them. And then I've also got the old standby, which is the Ruger LCP. The Taurus, for me, like usual, no misfires, no problems with it. This is the Ruger LCP, probably the next most expensive. Been around forever, great gun. The Taurus, no jams, no failures to feed. I just don't have any problems with it. It shot about a 2.5, 3-inch group. There was one extra hole. That's because it knocked off one of the target dots that made it look like there was an extra hole, but there wasn't. Anyway, now I'm going to try the Ruger, same distance, 7 yards, and we'll see how it does. Okay, that wasn't too good. That's the first time I've shot that Ruger. I wasn't quite used to the trigger. A little stiffer trigger than the Taurus. Don't know if it's because it's a newer gun or if it's just a little stiffer trigger. Maybe a little of both. Same problem as the Taurus. Bad sights, hard to get a good sight picture on. The rear sight just milled into the slide. I'm going to step up to the Bodyguard, switch targets, and this one hopefully I'll do a little better because it does have a lot better sight picture, but then a lot of that's how I shoot today. I don't know if you noticed on the Ruger or not, the laser was on, but it seemed like it was a little bit off, so we'll try to get that adjusted a little later too. I was just using the front sight, not the laser on the Ruger. So. Well, there's 2 right here, so 4 of the 6 were real good. But Okay, last one's by far the most expensive, probably the best all-around gun. Just like I said, just kind of a price knock. This is the Kahr P380. And with the Smith, as you can see, I've shot it quite a bit. I kind of rushed the group a little, but I had 4 right together and then a couple just a couple inches off, maybe not even 2 inches off, I'd say. Yeah, maybe 2. Anyway, pretty good group. Like I said, shot a little faster. The Kahr also has great sights, and I'm looking for good things out of this, so we'll see how this one does. Okay, failure to feed. Failure to feed again. Failure to feed again. Okay, I'm going to move in on that group. This is some garbage. I mean, Walmart Winchester white box ammo, so it's kind of hard to hold that against the gun. But as you can see, the group is right at point of aim, and that's about a 2.5 inch group at 7 yards, offhand, standing up, windy day. That's actually probably about as good as I shoot. So I don't know that that was any more. That was probably as much me as the gun. I'm going to run through the whole cycle again with another shooter and let him do the same thing, and we'll see how the guns shoot for him. 2 of those guns belong to him, 2 belong to me, so that'll probably make some difference, each one of us being a little more familiar with the gun. But anyway, I'm going to leave the camera running, but when I'm going to do a little editing here so you're not just sitting looking at targets while we're reloading. Switch shooters, switch targets. We're going to run through all 4 guns again, Winchester white box. Different shooters, see how they stack up this time. We're starting again with the Taurus TCP, which is definitely the cheapest of the guns. Like I say, not much in the way of sights, but pretty reliable gun. There was nothing in the chamber. As you can see, that's pretty accurate. Next gun will be the Smith. There's nothing in the chamber of that one either. You got to shoot at the head?
I guess so.
All right, let me move the target up. Okay, we're ready.
Is there one in?
Okay, with that, it was a great group, but it was obviously shooting a little low for him. Ruger LCP. I think Greg had the same problem I did there, just not really used to the trigger. Like I say, this Greg's only owned this gun about a week, and it has not been shot much, so the trigger's still a little stiff, and neither one of us are really used to the trigger pull. He normally fires the Kahr, and I usually carry that Bodyguard, and the trigger on those is quite a bit different. But I think the gun actually has the capability to shoot well. It's just we'll have to get used to the trigger pull. And this is the Kahr P380. As you can see, you get what you pay for with that gun. Well, it was a pretty good day at the range. I'm a average shooter. I'm a terrible video editor, so You're going to notice some's choppy. I lost a little bit of it. I know when I shot the TCP, somehow I ended up without the video clip of that. Nothing spectacular on the TCP. A group probably, I'd say 2 to 3 inches at 7 yards. No malfunctions of any kind. Perfect feeding. Great reliability. That's a tremendous little gun. I'm a kind of a supporter of Taurus, and a lot of people are not. It's a Ford Chevy thing, or maybe it's a Ford Yugo thing. I don't know. The Taurus is, like I say, hated by a lot of people. Other people love it. I've had good luck. The little bit of warranty interaction I've had with them has been good. But anyway, going through those guns, I just want to point out a few things. If you have a lot of money to spend and you're not real concerned about cost, that Kahr P380 is bar none the best 380 in the bunch. It's by far the most accurate, super reliable. I had some problems with it, I'm sure you'll notice on there, but as I figured out later in the day, we were out there several hours. My video camera records about an hour and a half or so. I shouldn't have left it on. I run out of juice, but I did notice that as I was holding the gun, my thumbs were brushing the slide, and that made a huge difference. Greg fires that gun all the time, has no problems with it. It requires a little bit different hold, I guess, than the Bodyguard. I'm not sure why, but I don't have that problem with my Bodyguard. I used to carry my Taurus exclusively. I bought the Bodyguard. I've been carrying it. I've been shooting it a lot. I've had no problems with it, other than that laser, which I've been pretty vocal on. I've gotten some interesting emails on that. Some people think I'm being unfair, some people don't. But the laser on the Bodyguard's not a good system. Any system that requires you to manipulate a button with your finger under stress and then get a fighting grip and begin to shoot is not good. And nobody's going to walk around with that laser on all the time in their holster, because you'd run out of battery and it'd just be silly anyway. If money's not a factor and you want a great 380, the Kahr's the way to go. If money is a huge factor and you want a very good 380, that Taurus TCP is the way to go. If the laser is a huge factor to you, there's no doubt about it, the Ruger LCP is the way to go. The Crimson Trace laser, it's late, is a much better system. It's brighter. It's all you have to do is squeeze the grip. The laser comes on. It's just a miles better system. If you want a real solid, all around, very good 380, feels good in your hand, very reliable, that has a so-so laser, that Smith&Wesson Bodyguard is the way to go. The problem with the Bodyguard is it's getting close to the price of the Kahr. There is a difference in price, I guess there's a substantial difference at that level, but the Bodyguard's not cheap, and it doesn't really offer, it offers much better sights than the TCP or the LCP, and it offers excellent reliability, but it doesn't offer anything that the Kahr doesn't offer, because as far as I'm concerned, the Bodyguard laser is not worth the price, any additional price. I would much prefer that they just left that out and dropped the price of that gun $100. They'd have a complete winner. But I don't work for Smith&Wesson. If Smith&Wesson ever did anything smart in their life, they would get that laser out of that gun, drop the price $100, and they could dominate the 380 market, because the Bodyguard is a tremendous gun. Feels great, easy to hold on to, great to shoot. That's my opinion on 380s. Everybody's got one. If you don't agree with me, don't hammer me on the internet.